All right, welcome everybody to RTAG Nation Live. We are so excited to have you. I am, of course, Josh Lee, and we are super excited to have you all joining us today for our New Year's show. A little early for New Year's. You can see I've got a little, wrong one. Happy New Year going on right there. We've got some exciting stuff to talk about today. We are going to be giving away a Bose headset and going to be talking about the next convention. And then we've also got Matt Prey from Prey Aviation that's going to stop by and talk about all the exciting things that he's got going on and some of the new industry pieces. And so before we get going, I wanted to show you our new intro that we've got rolling, and we'll talk about a couple things that we got coming up. So without further ado. Once again, welcome back to RTAG Nation Live. So excited for what's coming in the new year. We are gonna. I can't even explain to you how exciting it's going to be. What we've got coming up in 2022. Thanks for everybody stopping by. We are so excited. I can see the comments rolling through here. Just a few updates. One, pretty sweet hat, right? I know a couple people are talking about the hat. I've seen a couple things online. We are going to have these for sale here soon. These are the North Face Low Pro trucker hats, and we are excited to get those going here very quickly. We're going to have more information for our RTAG Fridge Fund that's coming up. We're going to do things a little bit differently going into this next year. Instead of just doing the standard, everybody just jump on and buy some stuff that we have available, what we're going to do is we're going to have limited edition sales. So every couple months, we're going to have limited edition t-shirts and limited edition hats and things like that. And we're going to allow you to pre-order all of those. And then once those are done, there'll be a beginning and end date. Once those are done, we'll ship all those out together, and everybody will get their swag and merchandise. As you can see, we've got the RTAG logo. It's a little hard to see, but it's the black on black with some fun stuff coming up. Let's talk about the headset giveaway. Okay, so there is still time. What we're going to do on the headset giveaway for this one is you need to go over to the YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, go over to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you will be able to be entered into the drawing. So what we're going to do is at the end of the show, I'm going to randomly pull a name. I have a little counter deal that sits up on the screen that's right up here, and I'm going to randomly pull a name of somebody for this one. Going forward, we are going to have lots more giveaways. Bose has been a huge sponsor of ours, and we are super excited about it. And so we want everybody to be able to get all the information and the content that we have coming out in the new year. Podcasts are coming back. We have lined up CEOs with airlines. We've talked with American Airlines and United and people like Prey Aviation all throughout the spectrum. I've got some really interesting veterans that are going to come on and talk about all the things that they're doing in their world post-military and all of the options that are available for jobs and exciting post-military career careers. That's a lot of words, a lot of career words there. But make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you click that bell, that notification bell, so you get notified. I've got reviews dropping on luggage. I've got reviews dropping on coolers. We actually are going to work on sitting down with a guy who what he does specifically is he goes in and he helps aviators to work on their fitness, whether it's through food or through working out while you're on the road, and it's really exciting. So we've got some really cool, exciting shows coming up, and I cannot tell you. I am just recently, I am just recently back from a nice bout with COVID, the Transformer variant. So glad to be back and glad to be working on that. Towards the end of the show, we're going to reveal where we are and what our dates are for the convention. The convention is going to be amazing. And we are super excited to show you or tell you all about it. And as things go, we're going to be a little ahead of the schedule this year to get everything rolling. But without further ado, I'd like to take this minute to jump over with Matt Prey from Prey Aviation. Hey, Matt, can you hear me?
Hey, Joshua. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, man. If those of you who didn't know, Matt Prey, I apologize. Got some peanut M&Ms stuck in there. Matt Prey and Prey Aviation were our diamond sponsors for 2021. They really, when we say do things like put your money where your mouth is, Matt and his organization did a phenomenal job in doing just that. If you were at the convention, the first thing you saw when you came in the doors was Matt and his entire booth and everything that they had set up. So we just want to say thank you from us for being able to, one, put your money where your mouth is, but also do things like not only provide veterans with training, but provide jobs for people who are seeking. So tell us a little bit about your 2021 experience.
2021, first off, it was an honor for us to be part of the RTAG convention. It was really special to see and connect with so many people, and getting you guys from that point A to that point B and getting you that airline or corporate or whatever venture you're trying to get to. It's pretty special for us to help be part of that team or part of that process. So there has been a lot of changes with us for the 2021, of course. We did bring on 11 new aircraft, so we do have 22 aircraft in the fleet now. We do operations all over the country. We're still in Georgia right now. We did wrap up Alaska, and we're looking at a couple different areas that we're going to be working at, but still operating in Kansas. We do have on-site housing and testing center, and everything's right there. So that is the fastest for anybody to get trained. We did partner with Purdue Global University. That's going to be announced here in a couple days publicly on our page. So they're 4-year online college course where you guys can, it's Yellow Ribbon School as well, and you're able to get your degree, and your credits that you're training with us will actually count for, I can't remember if it's 30 or 45, I have to look at the number to be honest, Josh, but it's going to count for a good chunk of your bachelor's degree. So that's going to be a big win for us here soon, and our skill bridge program and a couple other things has been instrumental for us in 2021. So we have about 100 skill bridge applicants that are going to be going through the pilot maintenance side here over the next 3 to 4 years. And it's really exciting to see SkillBridge RTAGers be able to do that. So there's a lot of good transition programs for people out there. So for the people that don't know what you can do, just start asking. RTAG has been a great focal point for a lot of people about getting the information, getting their experiences, whether it be during, prior, or even after when they get through the process, whether it be the airlines or training or so it's been pretty awesome to be part of this group with you guys.
Yeah, no, we're so happy that we could, that we even are able to do this kind of stuff. We're so happy that people like you are willing to come in and just enjoy. Sorry, I went through a little bit of a coughing bout there. I had my mic muted.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, so we just want to talk through a couple things. You know, you mentioned RTPs, and you mentioned, you know, we've talked about RTPs for a long time. Obviously, RTAG, that's kind of where we started. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you've got something a little bit that you and I talked about earlier going forward. You know, one of the things that we've I guess worked on and really tried to do things that for senior aviators to give them a position to be able to jump right into a larger airline. Tell me about some of the things that you've been working on here lately with that fall into that category.
Sure, no problem. So we have done a lot of airline partnerships, as you are aware, and everybody probably in this podcast is aware of. So GoJet, Mesa Airlines, SkyWest. We are in talks with a couple of other airlines. I can't announce it today, but I can announce a couple other things today. So there are non-regional airlines that are looking at strategic partnerships, and we're looking at even partnerships on the SkillBridge side with those airlines. We do have, for instance, Sun Country is going to be coming to our facility at the end of January.
Awesome.
I believe it's January 28th, 29th. It's a Friday, Saturday, so if I get the dates wrong, please forgive me, but it's on the calendar in front. but they're going to be coming, and they're not looking for pilots and mechanics. They're looking for everybody. So if you're a fueler, if you're an ops guy or a gal, or anything in aviation, they want you. So don't hesitate to think that you can't get in just because you don't have the license or you don't have that pilot license or mechanic, AMP. They want you, and we're trying to work through a lot of internal programs within the airlines themselves to where you can get into the airline, get into that seniority, whether it be just as an employee on the bottom level for like a regal or something like that, where you can do a transition while you're in your mechanic's license or anything else. So there's a lot of different opportunities for that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, you know, one of the things that we've really stressed and gotten to change a little bit over the last year is that we're not just specific to pilots. You know, we want to make sure that we can get anybody who is a veteran, anybody who wants to do something different in the aviation industry, to be able to have that job, to have that career that they want to do. And there's some people that, you know, I've talked to several of the ULCCs and some of the other regionals that are looking, you know, they're telling us stories where there were some people that came in and they've been working at the company maybe as a ground instructor or doing maintenance, and then they worked on their pilot stuff, and then a couple years later they hired him back as a pilot, which is super cool.
Yeah. Now there's been a lot more of that. I think the recruiters need to realize the merit of the of any employee, where they can be in that next level position. Because, for instance, for us, we love to hire from within. So if you're a student and you get to your instructor, we want to hire you as an instructor. You want to go the corporate route with us, because we do have a separate corporate division, which we even hire. I'm actually actively looking for a citation captain for a couple of our operations that we do on that. So if you do meet those requirements, please drop us a line, because we are looking to hire, and everybody's hiring. So there's a lot of good internal programs that we're starting to see within the airlines and corporate, where they're bringing up the people from the bottom. Right. And so there's options.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what are some of the different things that you guys have been doing through training to be able to be a little different than some of these other flight schools, traditional flight schools? I remember we talked about something with Alaska.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So we do a couple different things, and one thing I'm very proud of our team, because it is a whole team, it's not just me, is we all think outside the box. We like to see what can we do to make it as efficient, affordable, and fast as possible for, and of course, safety number one, for the client. And one of the things that we've done is we do have a remote training program, which is a RTAG, where we will fly to you if there's enough of demand in one area. We do have, I think, 7 or 8 clients in Georgia right now. We had about 40 in Alaska. We brought the planes, the instructors. We stayed there until we got them done, and then we just relocated to the next location. So there are options with that. And one thing I do want to talk about, because I've been part of 61 training, 141 training, each the GI Bill for part of it.
Yeah.
I did 142 training, flight school training, so I pretty much did everything except charter. So one of the things that I like to reiterate to everybody is they always ask, it always comes down to money, and it's a very valuable question because it's important, is you're going to spend the money now or you're going to spend it later. And I like to explain that free is not free. One of the things that it took me personally, I went through a university, I won't name the university because it's not about that, but it took me 3 years to get my commercial license. And what did I actually lose? So I might have had the Army pay for the majority of that training at 3 years, but I lost, you know, if you went to any Part 61 or even quick 141 school where it's a year or less, you're losing 3 years, 2 to 2.5 years of opportunity costs. And if you're going to go to an airline and you're going to be at a senior, you know, you're talking about seniority numbers, 2 years of seniority numbers is huge, and in the 6 figure,
right,
based on pretty much any calculator you look out there, which is all public knowledge. So there's a lot of options, and I like to just stress to people, don't wait, find out what we can do. Like we personally, we do internal financing for solo clients. If you're RTP, there's a lot of great options. I mean, GoJet, we just matched their price, so basically it's nothing out of cost for you. There's a couple caveats with it. SkyWest, they're doing $25,000. There's going to be more that are going to be coming down the pipe. It's just a matter of time and when. But there's a lot of exciting things that are going to be coming from all the airlines here in the next 6 months. I'd be very surprised if not all of them are doing RTPs here in the next 6 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah, or some kind of transition.
Yeah, we're starting to see a lot of changes come forward too, and everything kind of going back to normal. I am getting a lot of people here. I see that Matt, we're gonna have you back on too. I'm gonna have you back on a podcast to talk more about this stuff, because we're seeing here there's a bunch of echoing. Everybody's saying sorry about that. Everybody watching, we're working a little bit on the echo. We're not really sure what's going on there. But let's answer a couple of these questions, unless you got anything you want to add into there. I did see that we got some video in, I think, from one of the training flights that you guys are doing, some of the training that you guys are doing out there. So that's pretty exciting. Let's see if we can get that pulled up real quick. Which one is it? Sweet, yeah. So I don't know if you can see that, but getting some fun out there. But let's see. Yeah, sorry guys about the audio quality. I'm not exactly sure why we're seeing some of the stuff. So here's what we're gonna do real quick. Matt, do me a favor. I'm gonna have you. Why don't you use that same link that I gave you and call back in on your phone? And
okay.
And let's call back in on your phone and see if we can just get audio, and that way we can answer some questions. And then, like I said, I'll have and while you're doing that, I'll talk a little piece about some of our stuff. But I'm gonna hang up on you, and then you call back in on your phone, and then we'll add Matt back in, and we'll do some questions. All right. So yeah, sorry about that. We don't know what's going on there with some of the feed. But thinking that it's just a weird error. So we'll have Matt call right back in here in a second. But for the time being, we are almost able to tell you about where we're going to be this next year. Most of y'all probably know the state. Sorry about the echo again with Matt's microphone. Not really sure exactly what's going on, but we do have some exciting news. If you've been following the Facebook page, you can see that we've got, places like Sun Country have new contracts and new options for everybody to kind of skip the regionals. You don't necessarily have to go. Now, obviously, there's going to be certain criteria to that. It may not work for every single person, but it's definitely a huge step up and a difference from something that we did just a couple years ago. But, obviously there's different types of flying out there that we're going to be working with a lot of these companies to try and bring some of that skill level transition in to better serve our community. And let me jump over here. It looks like I got Matt back on his phone. Let's try this. All right, Matt.
Hey, Josh, is this any better?
It sounds good to me. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, and let me look and see if we got some people here online that anybody can tell me.
Any echo? Test 1, 2.
How's that echo looking? It takes about 20 seconds or so, but still echoing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that echo, man. I really don't understand that.
I don't know if that's going to be any better for you guys.
Yeah, it's probably not. Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to, I'll answer some questions, and then what we're going to do, too, is I'm going to take some of these questions down in these comments, and we're going to work on a little bit longer form, podcast that has some more questions, some more answers, because I think you have some really interesting things that you guys are doing. One of the things I want to talk about real quick, and hopefully the echo's not too bad, but one of the things I want to talk about real quick is people being able to take airplanes from you or kind of rent planes from you during their training or do those kinds of things. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. So basically, in basically renting a car, right? A plane, you take it wherever you're going. You just want to do the time building in your local area. We now offer dry lease rates for our single engine fleet, where you can take the aircraft, go wherever you want. Fuel's on you, maintenance is on us, and you just fly the airplane. We do have monthly minimums, of course, just to make sure the aircraft being utilized. But other than that, once you're done with the plane or you're coming close to 100 an hour, you can just bring it back to our facility in Kansas, swap it out for a fresh plane, and you just continue going. So for the guys that are doing time building, you're going to be able to do all your time building basically anywhere in the country that you like.
Awesome. Is there, somebody asked, is there any limit of airlines that you are able to work with?
Any limit of airlines that you can work with, or that we
that you as Prey Aviation? There's no, I mean, anybody can come to you and use anything, correct?
You can use for any airline. For you talking about for the flight, or not the flight of you, just take the aircraft wherever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. It's basically just you're leasing the airplane, so it's yours at that point, and then you're responsible for making sure wherever you take it. A couple we just go with each for that goes through the program, but yeah, it's pretty, actually been very successful. So, and it allows you guys the freedom if you want to be at home every night. You fly 8 hours and you still get to spend the time with your family, your kids, anything you want to do like that. And it gives you a lot more freedom, so you're not remote somewhere else, or even in our facility in Kansas.
Awesome. Hey, I think we're still getting that huge echoing, but hey, let's get that, we'll get a podcast out, everybody, with Matt specifically on these questions as well. And then I'm going to ask, I'll have some more questions that I want to go more in depth with you about some of the, just kind of some of the interesting things that you've been doing over the last year or so and growing, and some of the partnerships. And plus, we want to get you back when you have those partnerships dialed in, man. So I really appreciate you taking the time and coming back out, even though it's been a little bit more echoey. I apologize.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. I'm not sure what's going on with it. My computer and my phone. But yeah, we'll definitely make a time. Just let me know, and we'll love to chat with everybody. And anything we can do to help anybody, even if it's not coming to us, we just want to see you guys get to that end goal and get to that dream job.
That's right, man. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out Prey Aviation and hit Matt up if you've got any questions. They're more than willing to help you out and to answer any questions you have and take the time out to really get you where you want to be. So, Matt, we really appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Take care.
All right. Again, sorry about that. Not exactly sure. We'll get that sorted out a little bit. Not super sure where that was going. So, or not where that was going, but what was going on with the audio there. But we'll get that all squared away. You know, it's the last one of the year, and with the I can Gold Star Derek looks like I can paraphrase. What Matt was saying basically is if you have time building, he can actually rent the plane out to you, what's called dry rent. So you could actually essentially, like a library book, go rent a plane out from Matt, take it home, and you just cover the gas. And he has some minimum hours. There's obviously a couple things that you have to meet within those requirements for the amount of hours. But yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it'd basically be a chance to go and do some time building with maybe you and a friend or somebody if you don't have a plane, you could bring it back to your house or to your local airport that you could use to fly off the hours that you need to fly off. And that's something that's really, really cool. And it's really, really interesting that you'd be able to do that. So let us, without further ado, talk about RTAG 2022. So 2022 RTAG, everybody ready for that? All right. I am super excited to announce on behalf of the board, we are coming to Texas. So those of you who probably already heard that, already knew that, we are going to be in the DFW Metroplex. So we are right now looking at Arlington, which is dead center in the middle of Dallas-Fort Worth. We've got all kinds of stuff here in Fort Worth. We've got Fort Hood, San Antonio, Air Force bases, all kinds of people that can get here really quickly. And we wanted to have a place kind of like San Diego where we could be close enough to all of the places, all of the military bases that would be easy to get here, but also for anybody else could get in and out really easily. Obviously, DFW is a super easy, awesome area to get to. There's tons to do. We are looking. Rob, you live in Weatherford. That's awesome, dude. I live in Aledo, by the way. If you didn't know that, I'm broadcasting from about 12 minutes from where you live. But we are going to have it in the DFW Metroplex. It's going to be in Arlington. We are talking with a few different places that are going to be epic. I mean, absolutely amazing. It's very simple to get in and out of DFW. It's very simple for all of the recruiting teams to get in and out. There is tons of stuff to do here. There's going to be tons of places to have all of the parties that we usually see hosted by all of the airlines. So DFW in Arlington on September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Let me double check those dates there, but 23rd, 24th, and 25th is when we are zeroing in on for 2022, and that is going to be, I want to double check on the calendar. That is right, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Obviously, the 24th and 25th being the main 2 days of the convention, and it is going to be, if you missed last year's, you will not want to miss this one this year. It is going to be absolutely outstanding. We've already been talking to new airlines that didn't make the convention last year that will be there this year. If you haven't been paying attention to our Facebook announcements or any of our other social media posts, people have been getting hired. You all have been getting hired left and right by everywhere from the legacies to cargo on down. Rob, awesome, putting it on your calendar so you can volunteer. That's super exciting. We are very excited about what is to come for this next year, but you can expect all of the things that you've gotten over the last little while. And I love this. I'm going to go ahead and post this up. Sean says, but Josh, how do we volunteer for the convention? Well, that's pretty easy. I'm glad you asked, Sean. If you want to volunteer for the convention, we will open that up to an email here soon. This year, most likely it's going to be PJ Edmonds going to be running our volunteers, or maybe Sean, if I can talk Sean into it, but he's probably going to be super busy with Alpa National. But we're going to have our volunteer staff start signing up as early as March, most likely. So this one's going to be a big one, but it should be a little bit easier with some of the focus areas that we've got to get in. And because we can have people send all of their shipments, and a lot of stuff we can send directly to the places that we're looking at to do drop shipping. So it's going to be a lot easier for just the logistics of it. And for the hotels, we're already looking, I'm going to talk actually with PJ probably here soon. We're already looking at hotels. They're going to give us block room discounts. So we're going to start booking those out as soon as humanly possible. Once again, we probably will be the last convention of 2022. And we're looking to, everybody always asks, how do we go bigger and better? Well, we're looking to have more people. We're looking to have more people get hired. We're looking at more airlines show up, and we're looking at more places for all of our veterans and to be able to continue to serve. There's not an email for the group yet, if I see somebody's asking here, but that will be made on the website, and then we're working with a company right now to build out a new site for just the RTAG convention. So it's exciting things to come. We're already working into the new year. And while I'm sitting here talking, I'm going to actually go ahead and pull up this little subscriber link that I have that is going to tell me who the winner is on the YouTube channel. And while we're doing that, I can take any questions that you guys have for right now, and then we'll get going. And if there's anything, leave your comments on here. What month was it? Oh, it's September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. 23rd, 24th, and 25th for the convention next year. That is what it is going to be. I'm switching over to the correct account. Now, a lot of information is going to be coming out on the RTAG Nation Lives, on the podcasts. Like I said, we have more giveaways. I've got a lot more giveaways for Bose. We're working with some other companies for glasses and a couple other things as well to do some giveaways this year for the podcast. And so the podcast, like I said, I've got some really cool podcasts lined up, and we're excited to see those people come in and drop by. We're going to be doing a little bit more full length feature stuff on the podcast, like talking with some of the 135 carriers and going and looking at their operations and seeing how they work and seeing the type of candidate that they're looking for. And they are, we're going to give you as much information as we can about how to break that one little piece. It always seems that there's that one little thing that somebody just can't bridge the gap to get hired at the next level. And so we're going to be having Raven stop by, and we're going to have some other prep people stop by to tell us and talk to us about what the best way to make that next step. What is that one thing maybe that you're missing that that will really get you into that legacy or to that cargo place that you just were really wanting to go. All right. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I'm going right now, pulling this little randomizer thing. Let me look at these questions. How many, let's see. Any idea how many CJOs came out of the October's convention? I do not know. I do not know how many. We're working with several other places or several of the vendors to find out how many they've hired. It takes a little bit. It takes a little bit to get that information back from everybody. So we've got our requests out to each of. We've got a request out to each of the airlines to see how many that they've hired directly, because obviously they want to keep those metrics as well, and we do want to know what those metrics are. All right, I'm running a randomizer right now. Ooh, I'll give you another couple minutes. Make sure that when you subscribe, you click that button. For those of us not from Texas, explain the DFW Metroplex. Okay, so this is how it works. So DFW is literally the entire Metroplex. There is Fort Worth on one side and Dallas on the other, and everything in between is the Metroplex. So the actual DFW airport is dead center almost between Dallas and Fort Worth. It is in Arlington, essentially, which kind of where everything is. And so when we say the DFW Metroplex, there's 8 to 10 million some odd people here, but we are looking at Arlington. So we are actually looking it's about a 10-minute ride or drive from the airport to make it really easy for you to get in and out. And all right, I've got the name, and we'll just let you guys sit for a second. So it's the entire DFW Metroplex. So it's going to be a huge area, and there's going to be lots of stuff to do and to put together for that weekend. The hat I'm wearing is included in limited edition merch. Yes, it is. It will be coming out soon. The hat, maybe one of these with the black on black subdued RTAG, and then obviously our other RTAG with our RTAG logo with the RTAG Nation, and we got some other interesting stuff coming up. Interesting swag coming up. Bring the RTAG guys to CF9. I like it. I'm reading through some of these. Any other questions before I pull this name out of the hat? How do you enter? Michael, you need to jump onto, well, it's too late now, but you need to jump onto and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I already hit the little randomizer to pull the person's name. So that is true, Michael, that nothing is 10 minutes with traffic here. That is true, but we're going to go as the crow flies. But make sure that you do subscribe. Even if you don't win the headset today, there's going to be lots of other contests for headset. So the winner of the headset today, of course, it is, I don't really know. It's kind of interesting. I guess this is their name, but it is Andrew Fansler. Andrew Fansler. I don't have a way to throw your name up there, Andrew. If you're on right now, that'd be awesome. But Andrew Fansler, I'll reach out to you. If you're not on, you've just won a pair of Bose Pro Flight 2s. Thank you for subscribing. Super excited to have you. Andrew Fansler, Fansler. That's super exciting. I'll make sure to reach out to you, but keep it locked in, keep it tuned in here. We've got, again, thanks to Bose, we've got a lot more to give away and a lot more things to do. Make sure that you subscribe over RTAG Nation. And Andrew, sorry, not Andrew Vu. I didn't see that, but super exciting. Congratulations to you winning. RTAG Nation, we cannot tell you how excited we are for the year to come. Have a happy new year. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. and, you know, don't do anything crazy that would keep you from coming to RTAG 2022. We know that if 2021 wasn't the year that you were able to take that next step, then 2022 will be. If you're getting ready to transition out, we can help you do that. If you're getting ready to transition from, maybe you've been at a regional or been at a cargo or been at a small operation and you're ready to go to American, United, or the other one that will hopefully be coming this next year. We definitely want to see you out at RTAG Nation. Leave me some comments on YouTube or in Facebook of things that you'd like to see covered in the podcast, and we'll get those done. We'll redo this with Matt to get a little bit better clarity on what's going on. And until that time, thank you so much. I see somebody's going to message me offline. Okay, cool, awesome. And until that time, until we see you again, we are so excited. I'm Josh, and this is RTAG Nation. We'll see you on the next one. Later.